Niall Motormouth Jenkins here, welcoming you to our brand new YouTube channel. Hope that you'll come back and see every segment each and every week, and I will share preventative maintenance tips and regularly scheduled maintenance tips for your car. So whether you know a little bit about your car or absolutely nothing, this is the channel just for you, where I share over 35 years of experience as a qualified and licensed service technician with truck and coach, light truck and passenger vehicles. Come back and visit us and tell your friends, and we'll see you each and every week right here in the Car Connection Workshop on YouTube. Hey, Niall Motormouth Jenkins here in the Car Connection Workshop. Thanks for stopping by, friends. Hope you had an amazing Canadian Thanksgiving and that you paid attention to the stretchy pants, Velcro shoes. Make sure you have dibs on the couch. Grab that nap. Well, we're back at it this week, and this one's an interesting one for you because I'm going to show you how to do a job start to finish. We're going to do a brake service together. So from start to finish, you're going to see, blew out my elbow. It happens. How I prepare to do that job, and I'm doing the job as if you were doing it in your very own driveway. And that's how you're going to get the 5 things. What it is on your vehicle, where it is, where it's located, how it works, how it brakes, and how you can save time and money by knowing how these things work. Brake services. In fact, I was in a car dealership yesterday and I was really interested in a board that was posted in the waiting room, showed brakes worn out at 24,900 kilometers with no brake service, brakes with brake services done in intervals 119,000 kilometers. So without a brake service, 25,000 K is all they're going to last. With brake services, you're going to get 119,000 kilometers out of those brakes instead. I thought that was fantastic to show people in the waiting area. This is what happens when you service. So we're doing a brake service on the 2008 Nissan Rogue all-wheel drive on the rear. We've already taken care of the front, but I didn't walk you through the entire process. So don't forget to get your Car Connection merch, your flat back caps, trucker caps, all available for you on our website at carconnectionbusinessnetwork.com, ccbusnet.com. All the connections for us are in the top right-hand corner on the home page of our website. You can click on YouTube, click on Facebook, and click on our store. And in all our videos, in the description, is the URL for our Car Connection merchandise store. And again, we still have all the items we have up there. We have hats, we have shirts, we have hoodies, we have beanies for the winter. I'm going to get a couple of beanies in to show you. Skippy and I are going to have our own beanies. Yep, got to have that. All the merchandise is on $5 above cost right now, and that's going to change at some point. And that helps Skippy and I have coffee and donuts, and also to pay for the videos. So let's get started. All the videos are brought to you, every single video, by our recommended businesses and our program, radio program sponsors. I have that link in the description for you so that you can connect with great and amazing small and medium local businesses. All right, here's how I get started. First, my basket for tools. Second, these little mushroom hampers that I save. So one of these could have been mushrooms for a pizza, mushrooms for some kind of meat. And so I have one to put all my hardware in. Those are packed. Next, we have our air gun and 21 millimeters because we're going to remove the wheels. Yes, you might not have an air gun, but today I'm going to blaze the wheels off with the air gun. You can use very easily a Johnson bar with a 21 millimeter socket, and loosen the wheels before you lift it and put it on axle stands. So make sure you buy yourself a really good quality pair of axle stands, and they're not that expensive. You can get some really good deals on some really good, safe, and pretty decent quality, I would say. So we're going to need a ratchet, 3/8. We are going to need sockets. I don't know what sizes, but I leave these not plugged into the top. All the sockets on my toolbox on purpose are removable. Why is that? Because I can just pluck what I need. And this is a row that I use all the time. It's metric. I don't know what sizes I'm going to need, so I take the whole thing. So when I'm done, here's what I know. I better have all the sockets back on the rail, so then that way I'm not leaving tools behind. Next, is this where I play my recorder? Maybe not. We're going to need a marteau, hammer. And I just grab a little one because I know I'm not going to be beating too hard. If I need to, I can come and get another one. But to start, I'm going to use that. I get a beater screwdriver I use for just about everything. And that can be a little pry bar for me. A punch. I usually pick something like this. Throw that in there. A bigger pry bar in case things are kind of stuck. We get killer out of the drawer. You may want gloves. I can't work with the latex gloves, the shop gloves on my hands too long because I just find they're uncomfortable and my hands sweat like crazy. So I use what I call my Fred gloves. And I have a source for these. Fred's Workwear in Dunnville. Little plug for Fred in Dunnville, Ontario. You get a bag of these gloves for like $10. So I always make sure I have lots, and when I wear them out, into the rubbish. Okay, here's where we're at. You're doing the job yourself. You're doing it at home in your driveway, and I'm doing the same thing here. I'm doing the rear brake service at home in my driveway, mostly with hand tools. Okay, I just let you know, I took the wheels off with the air impact gun just to speed up the process, but this is your best buddy, fellas and fellettes at home, a long one. If you want to get real fancy, you can buy the shorter one as well, and then you got both things working for you. So you can use this to take the wheels off. You're going to use this to break all the bolts free on the caliper saddle, because those bolts are going to be wickedly tight, and I just don't slam my air gun on those even when I'm working in the shop because I want to feel if I'm going to break them off. So with this, I have more control. With the air gun, I don't. So I've always made it a habit on the brake caliper saddles, and we'll show you that when we get out to the vehicle. The bolts behind the saddle, you want to put the bar on so you can feel it break free. Then if you've got air tools or a power tool, then feel free to put the socket and the air tool, power tool on those bolts, but not till you know you got them broken free, because I'll tell you what, you'll only need to break one of those saddle bolts off one time, and then you'll learn your lesson. Now you got to drill it out and drill it out and drill it out. It becomes a whole process hours later. So that's why I use this. I break the bolts free, then I know they're broken free. When I left you moments ago, I said I always put a rail of sockets in there, and I've already been doing some work out on the car, so the one socket is missing. When I pack up my tools to put them all back in the toolbox, I know this rail needs to be full, and that's a habit I learned from working with a military instructor. So there's the 14 millimeter. So I did talk about get a small hammer just to help you out in a case where you need it. If you have to go and get a bigger marteau, that's hammer in French, I believe, and you go get a bigger hammer. All right, so as far as wrenches on this job, because I don't know this vehicle that well, other than it's an import. So here's what I know about imports. They can all be different, but they all use metric. So here's how I pull my wrenches. So I can eliminate running from the driveway to my toolbox, back to the driveway, back to the toolbox. You waste a ton of time. So here's what I do. I grab 13, 14, and oddball on some of the imports, 16. Then I go 15, 17, 18. So now I know I got my wrenches. Sockets, this is what I do for sockets on all the imports. So that would be Honda, Nissan, Toyota, mainly. I do 16, 17, and 18, deep sockets. I have my shallow sockets here, so I'm covered there. If I don't need a deep, I've got a shallow. Then I use, I have always a couple of old screwdrivers. I can always identify them, the black and yellow. I use it just to pry things out lightly. It still works great as a screwdriver because I can grind it and make it so. But this is just a cheap screwdriver, and that's what its purpose is, a punch. If I need to knock a pin out, I don't have to go back to the toolbox just for a punch. I've got it, and I need my marker. And this is a welder's marker. Get yourself one of these. You can get yellow or white. I prefer the white. And so you're going to need to mark stuff. And and a question for you. That's right. I have a question for you. On this same car, 2008 Nissan Rogue, the driver's side upper door hinge is worn. So I ordered one right from the factory. So this is a genuine Nissan part. Here's my question to you. Should I put it on as I received it from Nissan, or should I paint it? Put that in, bleep bloop that in the comment section. Should I put it on so that every time I open the driver's door, I go, I'm blinded by the shiny? Whoa, look at new door hinge every time. Whoa, look at the new door hinge. Oh, let me know what you think. Would you put it on as is from the factory? And I did look it up. Aftermarket was $54. I paid $84 for a factory one. Right from genuine Nissan. And I have to say that the dealer I went to was first time for me ever. And they were very good there, very friendly. Parts and service, very friendly people. So now we have all our components. Make sure you have a shop rag tucked in your pocket. You can buy these blue towels cheap at the Prince of the Palace store. Get yourself some of those as well. But you can also get bags of rags there, and then I just cut them up into strips. So have a rag, have your gloves, got your tools, and head out to the car. So stay with us, because then the action will be you and me are gonna use the tools I packed to take the brakes apart on the driver's side rear and do a service, a brake service from start to finish. So stick around. Don't forget to like, share, follow us on Facebook, and to like, that's a thumbs up, subscribe, your comments below in the video, as well as be sure to watch the videos and ding the notification bell so you know when the next part 2 comes up, because there's going to be a part 2 to this. Find us on Stevensvilleontheweb.ca. Don't forget to click the businesses tab, and there you'll find outtakes and bloopers you will find nowhere else. And our merchandise. Go to our carconnectionbusinessnetwork.com website. Connect with some amazing local businesses that I put my seal of approval on. And on the homepage, you'll see YouTube, Facebook, store. Click on any of those, get your Car Connection merch, and show it off. And we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. If you enjoyed the video, like I know you did, ring the notification bell. Well, thank you for stopping by the Car Connection Workshop right here on YouTube. Don't forget to come back and join us for another segment. So like, share, tag, and follow, and ding that bell so that you don't miss a single edition of Car Connection. So till next time, Keep it under 100 and put the coffee on because we're coming to your house.